Years now in June. It feels like it was 6 months ago when we got started. Oh my gosh. But it's totally changed our life in many, many ways. We're going to share a little bit about our story, how we got involved, how we developed the business. But guys, you guys are going to hear a lot. I see some distributors here. How Manavi has helped us, financially, and has changed our lives financially. But I just want to share that one of the things that Manavi has done for us that I believe that is even greater than the money that we've earned is the quality of life that they talk about here. I now get a chance to see that and understand that because I've gotten a chance to go around now, meet a lot of people while building this business. We get to travel around the country, around the world, and I get to meet people that made a lot of money. Doctors, what he was, stockbroker, successful people, and they have these big homes and these big houses and big cars. But guys, they don't really spend a lot of time with their family, which I think is priceless. They don't get to know who their kids are, who their kids' friends are. They don't know their wives' boyfriends, and they think they're successful. I just want to see if you guys were awake. Just kidding. Just want to see if you guys are awake. But Manavi has changed our lives in that way, and so that we get to hang out. We're like tight to the hip. We get to go all over the place. Before we used to like you go one way, I go the other, trying to make a living. Trying to make ends meet. But we've been building the business together, and this is a business that you don't really build, from stage. People see us speak a lot on stage, and my wife loves speaking on stage. She's got a passion for speaking in public.
Nice.
It's one of her biggest fears. But that's not what the business is about, guys. It's about one-on-one, connecting with people and, helping. But I tell you what, I always say this, and there's a lot of women in the room tonight, so I'm going to get a lot of points. But I believe women are perfect for this business. They're actually better than men. I believe God gave women a sixth sense that they didn't give men. And they got like this little radar, and they're really good. And had I listened to my wife from the beginning, we would have probably made 2 or 3 times the amount of money that we've already made, and I would have probably been crowned like diamond. But I kind of get things slow, but when I get it, I get it. All right, but she's got a lot of wisdom, guys. If you have a chance, grab her and get any questions you have from her. Sahi, her name is Sahi, almost like the fruit.
Like the berries.
Sahi, just
it was meant to be for some way or another. I don't know. But hey guys, we're happy to be here. Thank you, Erica and Al, for having us here. We appreciate it. Give us they're in the house for us to come in, and this has been a business that's just blessed our life in many ways than one. I mean, we've had fun. We've been the closest we've ever been. It's given us a lifestyle that you could only dream of. Before we couldn't dream up to this level, to be making what we first wanted. We were like, if we make $1,000 a week, that'll change our life forever. Yes, we're gonna do this. And we focused to make an extra income, and it went just when we made the $1,000, we were like, oh, I see how we can make 2, and how we can make 3, and how we can go from there. So it starts at where you're at. What's good for you? What's going to make you happy? What's going to be your life changing? Your financial freedom is not the same as mine. Mine might be other things, but what makes you happy? And we're here to help you guys achieve your dreams. You just got to take them out the closet, because that's right now in the economy we're living, in the times we're living, everybody puts them in a shelf, forgets about it, and just work hard for a company for 40 years, then be left with anything. If you're lucky to have a job for 40 years and nowadays. So we just took it upon ourselves. We were hungry for success, hungry to change our life. Really he's like this all day. So we really needed to do something to change our life, and it wasn't going to happen sitting down in our couch watching TV. It took making a decision, getting focused, getting serious, and really going out there and making it happen. Not letting anybody discourage you, because that's what's the first thing that's going to happen with family and friends. You're going to come and tell them about this great opportunity that you got, and they're going to laugh in your face, and they're going to tell you you're crazy. That happens along the way. Everybody that's been in the top, you can ask them that story, and each one will have a story to tell like that, similar to yours. So don't think that it's anything different. There's nothing special from the people that stand here on stage or you know, that are the speakers or whatever. The only thing, there is a difference. There's nothing special, but there is a difference. The only difference is we took a leap of faith. We believed. We saw something, we saw a vision, and we went after it. And we didn't let anybody tell us we couldn't do it. That actually fueled us more to make it happen. So you guys are in a great opportunity, in a great time, because this is Pittsburgh, this is PA, you know, you're open, you know. So you guys have it for the taking. It all matters who really, really wants it. We were hungry, I know. We were going to do whatever it took, how long it took to make it happen. That all depends on the choice you guys make. We're here to help you. You got leaders here all over. Wayne and Stephanie come from Youngstown to help you guys. You got Erica. You got Al. You got all of these guys here ready to help. You know, all you gotta do is really want it, and we're here to help. So God bless. Open your mind, open your hearts, and let's make this happen. You can all do it.
All right, guys, thank you. Who here is listening or seeing this for the first time as a guest? Raise your hand. You're not? Okay. I asked because I saw that right there. He's like, I'm not raising my hand. You don't need to. We can smell you. No, we can smell the movies, guys. I don't want to be in one of these meetings. That's why I can tell who doesn't want to be here. I don't know what they did to get you here. But I'm just going to share my story. And guys, I'm quick. I speak fast. Especially, I already had a brain and 2 energy drinks. Trust me, I'm going to speak really fast. Just to let everybody know, look, first time ever getting involved in a network marketing opportunity. And I know, maybe like you guys here, you're only here because one of your friends just doesn't shut up, right? And you figured, you know what, if I go to this opportunity meeting, if I go and listen to this and I'm not interested, do you promise never to talk to me about this juice again, like Monavi, whatever? I've been to a couple of opportunity meetings just so that my friends can just get off my back. And I've been to a couple of hotel meetings, you know, on a bigger scale. And I've always told my wife, every time I sit there, I'm like, listen, babe, these guys, these speakers, you know, they're professionals, they're educated. And guys, I'm here to tell you, you know, I'm the speaker today, and I just want you to know, I'm not educated, I'm not a professional. As a matter of fact, I don't have a high school diploma. I dropped out of high school when I was in 10th grade. Why? Because I met my beautiful wife when she was 12 and I was 15. Don't look at me like that. She looked 15. I promise. She, you know, I don't know how she got pregnant. Right? So I had to go out there, get a real job, and you know, go and bust my butt. So I never really went back to school. Don't even have a GED. And I'm not, you know, I've never done network marketing. It's my first time. So you don't need to be educated, and you don't need to be experienced to have a lot of success. Another thing is I always talk about is, these speakers always get up here, and obviously they're more successful and financially or whatever, and they talk about how much money they've made. And I want you to know that, yeah, our situation has changed. But I can't say that I was poor before Monavi, because I would lie. I was more like Pope. I couldn't afford the extra O and the R. I was so poor. I couldn't afford to pay attention. That's our situation. So now today I'm here to share with you that, you know what, we've made over $4 million in the last 6 years, guys. I'm at a level in Monavi where we make over $1.2 million a year. That's over $20,000 a week. And guys, you might not believe that. It's okay. I'm making it. I don't believe it. So I'm not going to take it personal. And I remember sitting there in these meetings, and I'm like, I don't believe these people make this money. You know, I thought you have to be professional. Guys, none of that. So again, I'm going to share with you how we got involved and how we've had this kind of success. 6 years ago, we heard about Monavi, and we heard about it because my son was injured with bursitis. I was a baseball coach. My son, since he's 4 years old, his dream has been to be a baseball player. And we've always been big on dreams. You know, even in school, I didn't do very good in school. I did very well in school when I did attend. Because while the teacher was teaching, you know, I was out looking out the window dreaming. I've always been a big dreamer. So even as my son is growing up, I'm always talking to him about dreams. What do you dream of being when you grow up? Wanted to be a baseball player. Long story short, I've been supporting that. 6 years ago, he was 12 years old. He ended up with bursitis. We played baseball 17 days a week. That's all we did. We were part of 3 baseball teams at one time. Yes. So he ends up with bursitis. Doctor tells me, Mike, give him anti-inflammatories, give him Advil for a few weeks. I said, no, that's not good for anybody. I'm just going to give him a break. So I figured I was going to give him a break for 6 months if he needed, but I wasn't going to give him Advil or any kind of medication. So I used to take my son every single Thursday to a gentleman who played professional baseball. Today he's retired, and all he does is he trains children for a living. So your son or your kid must be at a certain level of skill, because this guy, he actually has good contacts for all major league scouts and colleges. So I take him there once a week, sacrifices, $65 a week, $65 an hour. I could only afford 1 hour a week. So when my son got injured, I let him know that for 6 months, take him off the schedule. Let him know he's got bursitis. He tells me, Mike, I play professional baseball. I live with bursitis. It's part of my life. I was pitching to a little kid here a few days ago, and his parents noticed I was in pain, and they gave me a bottle of some stuff. He told me to drink it. I was going to feel better. Come on up. I'll give it to you. Give it to your son. He can feel better. So I go over there. He hands me a bottle like this. And I said, okay, so what am I supposed to do with this? He says, give it to your son. I said, what's it going to do for him? He said, it's going to make him feel good. And I told him, yeah, wine makes you feel real good, but I can go to jail for that. My son's only 12. I said, instead, I'm going to feel good tonight. I'm going to drink it with my wife, you know. Set the mood. He's like, no, Mike, it's fruit juice. So I'm thinking, okay, what's fruit juice going to do for my son? You know, bursitis. Guys, this doesn't cure, heal, do anything. But I don't know if you know that fruits and vegetables have natural anti-inflammatory properties. And I read this book that's called Inflammation Nation, that if you reduce inflammation in your body, you reduce a whole lot of health problems in your body. So nevertheless, I'm going to give this stuff to my son. I'm not thinking it's going to help him, but I figured it's better than McDonald's and Burger King, which he's used to eating. So I give it to him within a week, guys. To make a long story short, my son swears he's good to go. He can pitch. He can play again. He's like, let's go to the field. I'm like, all right, be quiet. You're not going to fool your dad. You just want to go back out and play. I told him for 6 months, you can't even look at a ball. So he continues, guys, and long story short, inflammation disappeared. Nobody understood how. Take him back to the gentleman who gave me the bottle. I said, buddy, I'm calling you for 2 reasons. Number one, put him back in the schedule. The doctor made a mistake. Number two, where do I get some of this stuff? Remember what Randy Schrader said, that the business works when you see that you drink it, you like it, and then you want more. That is the life of the business. So at that point, I didn't even know there was a business, guys. I just figured I want more juice. He tells me, Mike, when you come back to train, come back a little bit earlier, because that day I'm going to be training that kid again, and his parents are going to be here. I'll introduce you to them. I go over there and introduce me to a lady by the name of Gina Merritt. This lady, Gina Merritt, I didn't know from a hole in the wall. And guys, I know I'm very animated. I'm very, exciting, enthused kind of guy. You know, I speak fast or whatever, but this lady was at a whole different level. I don't know what she was drinking, but I knew she was on something. I didn't know it was juice. I go over there, and my buddy had told her, this guy, Mike Hernandez, he's interested in Montevideo. He's coming over, but I didn't know Montevideo was a business again. Thought I was just going there for juice. I go to her, I'm like, hey, how you doing? My name is Mike. This lady jumps from her chair. She starts talking at 100 miles an hour. She's telling me, oh my God, Mike Hernandez, listen up. I'm involved for 6 months. People are drinking and feeling and sharing, making a whole lot of money. I'm making $17,000 a week. It's changed my mind. I can help you change your life. I'm like, whoa, slow down. Like, I told her, listen, you don't need to sell me on this stuff. I'm ready to buy it. You're making $17,000 a week. Congratulations, you're going to make a little bit more because I'm going to buy some of this juice. And she told me, wait, I don't sell juice? No, I don't sell. Do I look like I sell juice? I said, wait a second. For $17,000 a week, you're selling a lot of juice. Like, come on, let's say how it is. But she was trying to tell me that she only makes money for sharing with people, where to get it, whatever. It didn't make a lot of sense to me. But I just wanted to buy some juice, and she was making things very complicated. She wasn't about to sell me any juice. She gave me a couple of bottles if I promised to come to a meeting. I don't know what you were promised, because I didn't want to go to that meeting. But the day of the meeting showed up, and I remember telling my wife, man, why didn't I just pay for it? And I know why I didn't pay for it. She wouldn't let me. I was telling her, listen, how much is this bottle? How much is this juice? She says, well, it depends. I said, okay, depends on what? She said, depends on who you get it from. Guys, 6 years ago, people didn't know where to get this juice. But the ones who did and got a great feeling from it, they were like, oh my God, sleeping better, aches and all this good stuff. I'm going to sell it to my friend for double the price and don't tell him where to get it. She feels good. She's like, oh my God, I can sell it for double the price. Guys, it was almost $200 a bottle. It was almost like a mafia to drink this juice. You need to be connected with the right people. So she tells me, Mike, it depends where you get it from. But if you come to this meeting, you're going to know where to get it directly from the company, wholesale price. You're going to know how to drink it for free, and you're going to learn how to make some money. So I'm thinking, oh gosh. So anyway, she gets me by giving me 2 free bottles. The day of the meeting comes up, I don't want to go there. I'm telling my wife, why didn't I just pay her? So I told her, look, I'm going to go in there for 5 minutes. I'm going to peek in, show my face, and I'm out of there. I remember I even asked her, how long is this meeting? She says, like 15, 20 minutes. Not true. It's like 17 hours. Like tonight, by midnight, we'll be done. But I promise it's going to be, just kidding. But guys, this meeting was on and on and on. And I remember out of the 16 hours, 15 hours was just people sharing how they felt, how much money they were making, people getting up on stage, talking about, oh my God, I couldn't raise my shoulder above this angle without any pain. 2 weeks with Montevideo, look what I can do. I couldn't bend down or bend over, and look all these things that they could do now. And I told my wife at any minute they're going to start walking out of wheelchairs with this magic juice. I'm not believing any stuff that they're talking about. And then they started talking about success, financial success in the room. People making $50 a week up to $50,000 a week. The guy who's making $50,000 a week is on stage with flip-flop and shorts, talking about, yeah, I've been in Montevideo for a year. I told my wife, listen, I know broke people. I'm broke. That guy's broke. He's not making that kind of money. You're probably saying the same thing about me. It's okay. But guys, listen, I went home with my 2 free bottles because my wife's excited. Oh my God, did you hear? Oh my God, did you see? I'm like, yeah, do you believe him? Like, don't be a fool. Guys, I've seen it all, heard it all. I'm the kind of guy I got to see it to believe it. So I figured I had 2 free bottles, and I was going to go home and prove to my wife that this stuff didn't work by giving it to my dad. My dad's got every health problem in the book. You name it, he's got a couple of times. So I'm thinking, if my dad tells me the slightest bit of results that he feels good, I'm in it to win it. But I'm going to prove to you it's a lie by giving it to him. And what happened, it backfired. Within 2 weeks, my dad starts telling me, within the first couple of days, he's calling me every 2-3 days, telling me how much better he's sleeping better, more energy, he's going to the bathroom, too much information, I know. But all this stuff he's telling me pretty much got my eyes this big, and I looked at my wife and I said, we're going to be rich. We're going to be rich. Why? Because they tell me that the business is talking. I said, you got to pay me to shut up. If you're going to pay me to talk, I'm going to make $1 million. Guys, 2.5 years into it, we make our first $1 million in Montevideo. My whole life I dreamed of being a part of a millionaires club. Montevideo sends me a big trophy. Welcome to the Montevideo's Millionaires Club. Guys, it could have been some pink bikinis. I don't care. I wanted to be a part of the Millionaires Club. Now, Montevideo's like the biggest, the fastest growing millionaires club, fastest to 100 millionaires, the most millionaires in the last 7 years, one every 25 days, like you heard in the video. But guys, I get all excited. I just want to tell you one thing. I made that money, and when I got excited about this, that I saw this, the lights went off, and I could see it, and I got the vision, I went out there talking to everyone I knew. None of my friends, family members, cousins, neighbors, brothers, sisters, nobody wanted to be a part of my business. Everybody made fun of us. We were the butt of the joke. People would actually see us, hey, Mike, come here. Oh, my God, I got such a big pain in my leg. Put some of that little juice here, see if it works for me. Bad migraine, would you put some here? Does it help your hair grow? And people were just making fun of us. I learned something real quick, that people that you know your whole life believe in you less than someone you meet in the street today. I don't know if you guys are going to do this for the first time, you're going to learn that. And I say, why is it if they've known you your whole life? It's because they've known you your whole life. That's the problem. They don't believe in you. They know you. They hold everything against you that they know. It's like people that know me. It's like, instead of saying like, usually I know when I came with this Montevideo, they were saying like, oh, here goes Mike again. Another one of his opportunities. Even though I never did network marketing, I was always one about opportunities. And instead of saying like, man, you know what, that Mike, he's going to make it one day. That guy's always struggling. He's going to hit it. No, they don't talk like that about you. They always remember it. But I learned another thing, that there's more people out there that you don't know than the ones you do know. And if those people believe in me more, then I'm going to go out there with the right attitude, the right mindset, the right clothing, and I'm going to go out there and introduce myself as the entrepreneur, go-getter that I am. And guys, and I got 2 people, and our whole vision was that if we only need 2 people that believe in this product like we do, believe in this company and this project like we do, and believe in themselves like we do, it's going to be impossible that we can't find 2 people if we go out there every single day talking to 4 to 5 people. Guys, we found 2 people. Those 2 people, we helped them get to Blue Diamond. They make $7,500 to $8,500 a week. With those 2 people, we made our first $1 million. And now guess what? When we made our first $1 million, we were telling everybody, because guys, one thing about Montevideo is that these guys are real down-to-earth people. And that's one thing I fell in love, because I don't care how much money you make. If you're like, walking around, you got, something. Anyway, I don't really relate with those kind of people. But Montevideo, everyone's so genuine. It starts everywhere from the owner. Guys, they're really humble people. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. But now, I make my first $1 million in Montevideo. And meanwhile, everyone is looking at us, still making fun of us, calling us the crazy juice people. I would turn into my something I learned real quick. What happened was I didn't have any influence. Guys, if you have influence, if you're successful in the room, God bless you, you can build this business that much faster. I had no influence, I had no credibility. And it's not like we were 3 years before before we met Manavi, just to give you an idea, some of you already know this from our documentary. We got to a point, we were buying and selling cars. I was going to the auctions and I would buy cars that nobody wanted. I would buy cars with 500,000 miles on them, you know, buying for $1,000, $2,000 and trying to flip them in the street for a profit. Sahi would buy and sell clothes online. But one thing I was never programmed for was a conventional job. I just know, guys, I've gotten every conventional job I've gotten after. But I'm limited, and then my dreams are limited, and then I'm a frustrated person. I'm stressed out. I'm not. I believe that people who don't dream don't live. So I've preferred to go out and struggle and have an opportunity to make a lot of money, and even if I fail, not have what's that word? That stability. Because I know one thing: the job does provide a stability, and we all need a job. But a job is just it's gonna keep you just over broke, and that's okay. But guys, I've always been a big dreamer, so much to the point where I've actually gotten to the point where we picked up garbage. When, you know, selling cars is a business of 4 or 5 months out of the year, it's good. January, February, March, April, May, you're selling good cars. You're selling cars. The rest of the month, it's not so good. So when the times where it's kind of rough, Sahi and I, 3 years before Manavi, we would actually go to the dumpsters, nice condominiums in Boca Raton at night so that nobody can see us. And we would pick up stuff in the dumpsters that people would throw away, and we would sell it in the swap shop. And every Saturday and Sunday, we would pick up enough stuff during the week, radio, stereo, whatever they threw away. And we would make between $200 and $400 extra a weekend just selling stuff that we found on the road. And it gave us enough money to, you know, pay the bills, eat. We practically spent 3 years eating pure tuna fish. You might tell me, Mike, tuna fish is not that bad. I tell you, eat it morning, breakfast, lunch, and tell me it's not that bad. It's terrible, right? But that's our story. That's where we come from, guys. But you know what? People we were talking to about, Manavi, we're going to get rich. They knew we weren't successful. We weren't promoting that we sold garbage. But if I drove down the road today, you knew I drove down the road. You would have said, look, Mike made us left right there. He stopped there for 2 seconds, made a right, stopped there. Because of all the dirty oil from my car that was spilling all over the place. My car was smoking so much, if I stopped anywhere for more than 5 minutes, you would think it was a thunderstorm or something. Like today, you know? No, it's Mike's car. He left it on, all that smoke. But now, I'm telling everybody, but guys said we want to stop. I'll go into my street and all the neighbors at the same time will run home, close the door, the window. Here comes the crazy juice people. 2 years into it, they're still making fun of me, but they know they couldn't break me. So they were like, how's that business going, guys? We finally made $1 million. I have my trophy at home, and I go to the street and telling everybody, my neighbors, my cousins, brothers, sisters, I made $1 million. I'm part of the Manavi Millionaires Club. I made $1 million. Everybody was so negative and cynical. Thank you. No, I don't believe it, Mike. I'm like, listen, I made $1 million. I'm a part of the Millionaires Club. Listen, Manavi gave me a big trophy. I don't want to carry it to prove it to you, but believe me, everybody said, no. Finally, a year later, my wife used to tell me, don't stop, stop talking to those people. Because, guys, some people, in order to build this business, you're going to have to leave some people behind. Only because you want to move forward and they choose not to. So those are the people that just didn't want to move forward. Even if I showed them success, they weren't going anywhere. But 2 years later, after they had been telling me I was a liar, and they were making fun of me because I said I was a millionaire or whatever, Manavi finally launches the pictures, a magazine with all the pictures, with all the millionaires at Manavi. All of a sudden, it's there, Sahi and I, with a big Colgate smile. Now the whole business changed. Now we'll just come to my neighbors, hey, my friends, family members, hey, how you doing? Hey, check this out, Millionaires Club. Check out that little hot couple right there. Oh my God! Now their eyes will get this big. Oh my God! I don't believe. Mike and Sahi, you guys made $1 million. You guys made $1 million. And this was our answer. Nah, $2 million. That was last year when we told you. By now it's 2. So guys, what happened was this. Now they all believe it. Now they all swarm towards us, and they helped us get to $3 or $4 million that much faster. My point with the story is the following. I know all these guys. I know all the guys above. And we all have the same story, but we all have the same attitude. What's the difference? You're all going to go through the same thing. The question is, are you going to let that break you? Or are you going to rise above, go out there, start meeting new people, because we know that that's the key. This is called community commerce. It's a relational marketing. Part of the business is going out there every single day and meeting new people, meeting new relationships, making new relationships. Because again, guys, I learned one thing. I'm looking for motivated, self-motivated, successful people with big will. And guys, and I look at my family members, and there's not too many of them in there. And I look at all of my friends that I used to hang around, not too many of them. I am now looking for those kind of people, and we found many of them, and those are the people that we're surrounding ourselves with. And guys, that's what you're going to have to do. If you're the most successful, the most willing, fired up person in your group of friends, you need some new friends. I learned that. So I know that wherever you are today is due to the friends that you surround yourself with and the books that you read or didn't read. Where you're going to go in the next 5 years depends on the books you read and the people you associate with. So I had to get a whole bunch of new friends, but they're the kind of friends that I want to be around. So guys, we're going to show this video, the flip chart really quick. I just want you to know one thing. If you're new here today, you're not going to get all the information. You're not going to